this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways. Hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Working that left side. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. They'll run it from the gun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. They feed him again. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 10. And it's in there for a touchdown.
That is how you get your playmaking wide receiver in the game early. First series, they scripted this. They want to get him the football. They get him the football, and he does the rest. Gets the big touchdown in the opening drive of the game.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, and how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make the play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack that.
He lobs one high down the left side. Got it in stride inside the 20. All the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
One of the reasons this offense is so... to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. The give to the back. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop.
Oh, he's got some space. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. And you could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over, jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. It's caught. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Slipping, sliding, dancing his way down to the 32. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. He's got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. That's why everybody has to do the tip drill, DBs and receivers, and it worked out this time for the offense.
That's exactly what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Going for 6. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now the play fake. Got it behind the line. It's all right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Jones to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The punt team makes its way onto the field.
Well, I think a big key to linebackers having success when they blitz is the timing. You see how perfect that timing was by that linebacker? It's almost as if he knew when the snap count was. Great anticipation.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds his back in the middle. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Makes the grab on the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Got some room under the goal line. And he's in for the touchdown.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Texas Tech endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Lubbock, and the Red Raiders came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is still a W. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on second down and short. Jones wants to throw it. Blasted as he lets it go.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. This drive's been productive so far. Already picked up a couple of first downs, now out close to midfield. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Now on second down. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half. He's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Looking to throw on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. On first down, here comes this offense. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. On target. The hands. The feet. He steps his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. They'll keep it on the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. Bring in the heat. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Still running at the 40. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive, now out close to midfield. Looking downfield on first down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their third possession, they're still taking shots way down the field. And
there he goes. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Hauls it in. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. They're going to run it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're in for a touchdown. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Fielded in the end zone. It's quick. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Jones to throw. Got it set up on the outside. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line, not enough to move the sticks. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
He'll start this drive firing. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Steps away. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Just enough time to get off one more snap. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And he'll take it in for a touchdown.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the 2nd quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the 2nd half, and the defense needs to start making adjustments.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Palo Alto. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Stanford Stadium.
Just about set to get this 2nd half underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Jones wants to throw it. Got his man out of the backfield. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jackson. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Punt is in the air. Hauls it in, looking for space. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. They'll try the run. Got the first down. Looking for more. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs.
Throws toward the end zone. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Jones to throw. They're working that left side.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Catch in the middle, it's Albright. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the 3rd. Looking to throw on 1st down. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Puts it out of the air. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on 1st down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. Throw toward the sidelines is caught, but he caught it. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Off the play fake. There's the pressure. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Unleashes one deep. It's broken up and almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Hard running there. Another broken tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Picks up 9.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Rides to back and leaves it. Breaks into the open. The 10. Finds the finish line for the touchdown. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. You're not a strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things